Welcome everybody, I'm your host Dark, along with my co-host today,
DJ Kyrie.
and we bring you something very special today. As you all know, there was a Nintendo Direct this past week on Tuesday, and one of the biggest announcement on the thing was the announcement of
Breath of the Wild 2,
aka Tears of the Kingdom.
Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom.
This new game that's coming out next year, May the 12th, I believe, yes, the 12th, has new elements to the game, and we have a lot to discuss today. So this one may be a longer video. That is our little girl, our little girl Kyrie. She's
my princess.
She's our little princess. So don't mind her. She's just babbling on, right? Yeah, 5/12/2023. Cannot wait. We're going to pre-order 2 copies of the game, but now on to today's discussion. This is between me and her. I'm going to give the credit where credit is due with these images. These images come right from Larulian Historian on Game Over Jesse's Discord channel. I asked for help to actually find it, to actually get the screenshots, because I could not find them anywhere. I tried and I tried. I couldn't find them. Or they couldn't find any good ones anyway. But let's go with the first discussion. What do you say, babe?
Will do. Ready?
Mm-hmm. All right. First topic of discussion: who is this character? Who do we think this character is? This is obviously a stone mural that we can obviously see probably carved years ago in Hyrule, but no one knew about it till now. We don't know how far legend goes back, except the Skyward Sword. It may go back farther than that. We don't know. But this is my honest opinion. I don't know what you think, baby.
I don't place an opinion unless needed.
This looks like a either an ancient guardian, or it could be the goddess of time herself.
That's what I've told you I thought it was, but I could be wrong. It could be many different.
And you see in the little things right here, it has the Zonai swirls,
which could be the goddess.
Very possible. Very possible. This is a very mysterious figure. We don't know exactly. We don't know very much details about who it is,
where it come from,
or who it is, or where it comes from. We don't know much about it. Then again, it could be the spirit of the mountain.
You never know.
All right, next one. All right. As you can see in this shot, sorry about the long delay. We're having trouble with our stuff here, but we're getting it right. As you can see with this picture here,
I see bokoblins and moblins,
bokoblins, fallen Hyrulean soldiers,
some Lizophos
here and there. Over here, we see some look like villagers or something like that, or more soldiers. As you can see, malice is spreading across the land. That's given because of the first trailer we saw back in 2019, where they first revealed the shield being under the catacombs was actually Ganondorf. We went to look that up, and it was actually Ganondorf, wasn't it?
Well, it shows that it is, but
it showed Gerudo markings, Gerudo hieroglyphics, everything.
It has the things to deal with Ganondorf, but it could have been.
We don't know, but it had
it could have been anybody.
What sealed me with thinking it's Ganondorf is that it had the little stab wound right here in the chest, where Link thrust his sword into Ganondorf's center being in Twilight Princess. That's what hammered it home with me. Yep. About you. And we all know Ganondorf is the reincarnation of Demise in the present day. But That's what we think. We think this is a coming war, or it's a past war,
Kyrie, hope.
or it's a past
I'm
war,
smack you in the mouth.
or it's a past war that is bound to repeat itself. Now, next one. This one is obviously it's got to be the goddess. It looks like me. It looks like the goddess Hylia. The way it's looking at this one, but it's got these tears around it that we guess are only for, we don't know. But I want to call into attention, baby. I want to call to attention and look at this. You see this? You see this little platform she's standing on? It looks like an old pedestal of some type, don't it?
Remember, the Hellions used to put Goddess Halia up on a pedestal.
This is true. Back in Skyloft. On to the next one. Here we get a better representation of Hylia in this picture right here, or what we assume is Hylia. You can see two more tear-like objects here, but no more bigger detail. We see the rays of light coming down, so yeah, it's got to be the goddess Hylia. It's got to be, because the rays of light are coming down, as you can see.
Mind you, she did say there's more tears. They did say there was more tears out there.
Yes.
But we only found so many in Skyloft. In Skyward Sword.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's more guardians and stuff out there with everything.
Anyway, sorry I had to show my lovely wife here something that just happened. Now on to the next one. We may make more of these theory reviews if y'all actually like it and get it up high. All right. Obviously,
that is the goddess Halia.
Obviously, it's either Hylia or Zelda.
Looks like it's Zelda being lifted up.
But yeah, above a pit of malice. Looks like. It looks like, we can't be for sure yet. That looks like either between. I'm torn. That looks either like Zelda or it's like Ganondorf. One of the two. Because
that looks like runic markings and stuff too.
Exactly what I was going to point out.
I don't know.
We can't tell, but it looks like Ganondorf
to me. But it looks like Zelda because look at the hair. Ganondorf's hair was all up on top of his head.
Yeah, but if he's been sealed for thousands of years, the hair would grow out.
Not if everybody thought he'd be dead and it's only skeletons and whatnot.
When you're dead, hair continues to grow.
No, it don't.
Actually, it does. Science proves it. It actually does continue to grow.
Science is always sometimes
wrong. And then
your
fingernails keep growing too.
Think about that.
But then again, like I said, it could be Ganondorf or it could be Zelda.
You never know.
No one knows. We did see that one picture in when they first brought the first trailer, that we saw Zelda falling down a pit.
That's what I was saying. That's why I'm thinking it might be.
It might be Zelda. We don't know. And then we saw Ganondorf hunched over with his head back, and we saw his hand start to move.
And it was over his chest.
And that was a ceiling hand. The actual hand, I'll tell you, is his hand moved. It cracked and moved. And then we saw his eyes spring to life. And only I can see that ever happened by someone being sealed. The seal finally shattering.
It could be. We don't know.
Makes sense. It doesn't make sense.
I'm not going to go into a lot of detail.
We're not going into detail on that one because number one is that's still up in the air.
We really don't
have enough information, do we?
As soon as we get to the game and can play it, we'll make a better video and let y'all know exactly what's what and
where things are going from there. Now, next one. Obviously, this is obvious. Obviously, it's obvious here. This is Zelda. Obvious is obvious. Obvious. That's just straight up obvious. But who is she tying hands with?
Only one she can tie hands with is Link.
Yeah, but there's no evidence to show that's who it is.
I'm just stating a fact. That's the only other person.
True. As I said, there's no evidence to show that's who it is. Now, is it?
Nope. But
it's a good theory.
It is.
And then you look over here in the markings, you see more ancient Hylian hieroglyphics.
But we don't know
if
what they
anyone
say.
can translate these hieroglyphics, please
do so and let us know.
Leave it down in the comments below. Let us know what it's saying. We are curious to look at what this is saying here. It's either ancient Hylians or ancient Gerudo. One of the two. Let us know what it is in the comments below, please. Next one. Of course, it's obvious. This is obvious. Obvious thing is obvious again. Link's opening a giant door from a temple, looks like. But look at the door. Look
two dragons.
Look, two dragons.
They're going this way. Yeah, toward each other.
Yeah. And as I told you before, dragons in Japanese has very divine significance to it. Always has been tied to divine significance.
They're opening a door, but it's a door to what?
Exactly. But and if you've seen the trailer, you know what's coming up about this. He opened the door to a wide open area that's outside, bright out. That sucker's so bright, it ain't funny.
We would have used the bright ones, but we couldn't really see what was going on and stuff. So we used the ones we could actually see. Mm-hmm. So if you can understand what they're doing from the video, the pictures, let us know. Because even if with what we're doing, because you can tell certain ones.
Exactly. You give us a minute. We gotta get back to where we were on.
I think it was this one.
It might be. Yeah. Again, obvious here. Link's open the door from a temple view into a bright area.
This is where it starts getting brighter from here.
Yeah. It's open to a bright area outside, of course. But what's beyond it?
It will amaze
you. All we can tell you is when we first saw it, oh Lord.
Real bright.
It was bright, but it was beautiful.
Yep.
It was beautiful.
Like you were in heaven. That kind of bright.
Yeah. Also, if you notice, when the doors open, as you notice when it opens, it looks like the door's been sealed for years, let alone centuries.
Yep.
On the next one. It's okay.
Those sounds make me mad.
One number 8.
9. That one.
And of course, here it is.
This is the outcome of what the door has opened up to.
Obvious. Now, I'm going to point some obvious here.
Obviously, you're in the sky.
Obvious is obvious here, but this is one thing I want to point out. And correct me if I'm wrong, but when you play A Link Between Worlds, at the end of the game, you are inside the Sacred Realm. Or what is the Sacred Realm of both Hyrule and Lorule. Don't look like that's what that is to you.
Yep.
We made me see what's inside the Sacred Realm at the end of this game. We made it you can see that. And if that's the case, oh boy, that's going to be dang good.
I can't wait to play the game.
I know, right? May 12th can't get here fast enough.
I know it.
Good Lord. Yeah, we got good games coming out this month and next month and a few month after, but
this is one game. This is one game
we are excited to play. I hope they come out with a daggum demo. If they do, I really hope
I'm gonna try it.
I know, right? Likewise.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. Next one. Obvious here. Link is running across a field or look like something in the sky. We can't really make out we can make out one thing for obvious. His hand's still corrupted, and he's still wearing the champion's tunic. Opposed to what we saw in the very first trailer, we saw Link wearing we saw him wear the champion tunic, of course. Then we saw him go from a champion tunic to a more
stable
type outfit. Like from Twilight Princess.
Like what he used to wear.
In Twilight Princess, yeah.
Like one of the outfits he used to wear in other games.
Yeah. To me, it looks like he's running through a field or something, or maybe a floating island or something. I can't tell.
It looks like a floating island with the clouds in the back.
Yeah, it does. Looks like you got some blue nightshades in the back.
Silent princesses.
Either one of the two.
What that looks like.
And I'm saying either one looks like blue nightshades or Silent Princess, of course.
Because you did see at the end of Breath of the Wild, Zelda ended up planting a Silent Princess.
But then, as you see on the Link's left hip, you can't see it real good in this picture. Of course, you'll see it in the next picture, I think.
Hold on. Let's get to the next picture.
Okay. Well, we'll point out the next picture. Yes, right here. There. On the left hip, you'll see, and it looks like he's wearing better armor this time around also. If you notice on his left hip, he's look like he's carrying tear vials. Is that what you think it is?
That's what it looks like.
It does. It looks like tear vials. Maybe it's what we're going to be collecting in this game. I don't know.
I couldn't tell you what it is.
That may be what gives Link his new abilities, I guess.
Possibly.
Because the champions are done. Their job is over with, and if you notice, the
champions were dead.
There is no towers, and there is no shrines in the game as far as we can see.
The champions died in Age of Calamity.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning you had to save their spirits from the divine beast in Breath of the Wild. Yeah. Meaning the champions are done. They're gone.
Their job is done. This may be what replaces the sages from the past games.
Possibly. We don't know.
If this is a throwback to Ocarina of Time, it would make sense. On that note, let's do a side theory here. Do you think we'll be able to ride Epona?
Possibly.
Or do you think they might bring back the Loftwings?
They may do both. You may be able to ride both Loftwing up in the sky
and Epona on the ground.
Then Epona on the ground. You never know what you're going to do.
This is true.
Until you're able to play the game physically.
Yes. Or until we get more information via another direct. Which we may get more information on the next direct, which should happen toward the end of this year.
One can only hope.
They usually have one more direct around in November. Usually. Or at the beginning of the year.
December.
Well, somewhere around that time.
September, October, November. It happens every 3 months. It's normally around December.
Yeah.
January.
December, January, yeah. We should get some more information about this game in the next direct. Because as we get close, they'll start releasing more information more and more as it comes available. Next one.
As you see, here is a throwback to Skyward Sword.
That's just right in your face. What that is. That is right in your face. You can't miss that one.
So yes, we're going back to
the ruins of Skyloft. Seems
the ruin of Skyloft.
If it's not the ruins of Skyloft, it's pieces of Hyrule that's been ripped from the ground by the mouse.
No, it is ruins of Skyloft because it even showed the old academy there for a little while.
I'm just saying, if it ain't, if it's
you remember those doors in the academy when we were playing Skyward Sword?
Vaguely.
We'll go back to the academy. I'll let you see them.
Okay. But as I was saying, if it's not Skykeep, if it's not Skyward Sword, if it's not the Skyloft itself,
it's somewhere up there.
It's somewhere. It's something. What I'm making a point here is if it's not Skyloft itself, it's got to be some parts of how they've been ripped from the ground due to the overflow of malice. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I understand.
I mean, there's two points to make here on this one. You can't really be sure which one it is.
But you're going back in the sky, just like Skyward Sword.
Yes, this is true.
So that is not a assumption.
I know. I hope these pictures come up in this video. I really hope they do. All right. Obvious.
Now, obviously, he's reverting time and making the
rock go back
up instead of down. It's going up.
This is something that we were shown in the very first teaser trailer. Link being able to reverse time is one of his new abilities is reversing time, which would make sense if he's following in the steps of his ancestor, the hero of time. Would you not agree?
Yes.
So with Link in that game being able to go back and forth through time, this would make sense. Yes. Hang on, we're doing a video. Hang on. All right. This is obviously a new contraption of some sort, but
it looks like a new divine beast, but it's much smaller.
Yeah, it's much smaller. I want to draw your attention to this. Look in the background. The glowing green marks. It has a lot that looks like.
If you actually remember in certain games in Twilight Princess with the markings. Mommy.
It looks like some sort of seal that may contain a location as to where we can get back into Twilight. I don't
what know. It looks like.
It looks like.
Don't hold your breath to it, but
I'm not. It may be just a throwback.
I think that's what they were doing, making a throwback. Because
if you notice, we're out on that part of the land. It's on the outskirts of Tabantha, way past where we can go. It's way past where we can go in the original game. But that may be what it is. That may be what it is.
It looks to me like it's a carving of Minna.
Yeah, it does look like a carving of Minna. It does.
Because you've seen carvings of Minna before.
We've seen the mirror in the actual original game,
which has a carving of her.
But it's called a monument.
But it's got a carving of her on it,
and then,
that's an exact replica of what the
mirror chamber looked like. The mirror chamber was. So that may be because it looks like we're splitting the area between Gerudo Desert and Tabantha. That's what it looks like to me. What about you?
It could be.
That's look up in the left hand corner. It looks like that's the beginning of the Gerudo Desert, and it's Tabantha.
Like I said, it's close to it.
That may be what it is. I don't know. We may be onto something here. If y'all have any theories about that one, please let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take on that one. And finally, our conclusion for this video. Honestly, this is where we're going to tell you our honest opinion about this game. Honestly, I would say that this is going to be one of the best games to date. It's dark, that's for daggone sure. And Numa promised we get a darker Zelda, darker than Majora's Mask or Twilight Princess for that matter. From what I understand is that this was supposed to rival Majora's Mask and TP on a sense of darkness, or a dark centered game. Yeah, it looks like that might be the case with this game. If you look on the logo itself, you'll see two dragons look like they're eating each other's tails. Don't want to make about that one, but okay. Also, dragons are also showing significance of the Zonai tribe. Also, who was it that first announced that? Who was that? That would have been. The Tinta Black Crisis. That's it. He first come up with the very first Zonai theory. And yes, I'm giving a shout out to him. Also, I'll give one also to HMK. He's put some good views about this game coming up, has he not?
I ain't really watched his.
I've watched a few. Also, Game Over Jesse's done a few. Also, I've noticed that myself. But all credit to them also. But I'm also going to give credit to where these images once again came from. They came from Low Ruling Historia. He went out, grabbed the images, and graciously let me use them. We really appreciate that. Thank you, buddy. Anything else you want to say about the game?
I just can't wait to play it. That's all I can say.
I know, right? We're gonna have a fun exploring Hyrule this time around
as a team.
And honestly, if you can make any Zelda game a 2-player game, if you have the same game, playing in the same room with someone else that you care much about, or that you really call a friend.
We do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We're working on finishing Skyward Sword.
And then we're going to Breath of the Wild.
We've already did Ocarina of Time as a team.
Yep. And then we're going to Breath of the Wild. We're going to finish Breath of the Wild.
We started Breath of the Wild.
But we decided...
But we slacked off when we got 2 copies of Skyward Sword.
And then we said once we get Skyward Sword, we'll do Breath of the Wild.
We'll return back to our Breath of the Wild where we left off.
And keep going forward.
And go forward. So, we'll finish playing Breath of the Wild until
Tears of the Kingdom come out.
Tears of Kingdom come out.
And Nintendo has announced that it's pronounced Tears, not Tears. But they did say in the press release saying it depends on the context of the game.
The context would work as Tears, but here's the thing: if it was Tears, it would say Tears in the Kingdom. They'd have to change the of to in. This is why I iterate to everyone: it's not Tears because it has to be Tears in the Kingdom, not of the Kingdom. It's Tears of the Kingdom because the Kingdom is crying out for help.
That's what Nintendo has officially stated, that the Kingdom is crying out for help.
They're crying out for Link to come save them once again.
Because this battle is going to be big.
The battle will never be over. It's far from over.
Everybody's wanting to say, and this is the theory that everybody's got about this game. I don't
this
condone
is
this theory.
Everybody wants to say is that we're going back to fight Ganon in the end to make it all stop. And I will irradiate what in Skyward Sword said. Demise put
specifically said this
curse on Link and Zelda, stating that the curse that he puts on them is
everlasting.
Everlasting. It's infinity. It's an everlasting circle. Meaning you are not going back and ending the cycle.
The cycle will always be renewed.
You can't end a cycle when it's everlasting.
If you break the cycle, you break the game. The game is pretty much, that means the series is pretty much over with. I believe this game will start tying together the timelines.
It ties all games, all Zelda games, like all Majora's Mask.
It ties all timelines together back into one.
Not just all timelines. I'm even talking about the ones
that's all the timelines.
You've got like your
downfall, child, adult. It ties them all together.
And it also takes the ones where you're going out of the timeline, out of Hyrule, tying them
they're in time also. Holodrum and Labrina, they're
I'm talking about like Majora's Mask.
They're all part of the.
I'm talking about drawing all of these together.
Termina is the antithesis of Hyrule.
But what I'm saying is taking them all and pulling them together.
I know, but
stating that basically, if you think about it, with Breath of the Wild, where it says Link is 117 years old.
That's an old little guy, ain't he?
Meaning,
he's old.
Yeah, he started out as a kid. He started out as a child, but it also takes him into an adult timeline because he's 117 years old. He's an adult. He's not a child no longer.
But the game's still centered mainly in the child timeline.
Part of it is, yes. But when it comes to him defeating Ganon,
this right here will put the final down the call about where these games go, and I believe that this right here will be child because it has a lot of throwbacks to Twilight Princess, which took place in a child timeline.
It has a lot of throwback to all of them, the adult timeline and all of them.
I know, but I'm just saying.
But you gotta wait and play the game, then determine.
I promise y'all. Look out! This is just one of the many theory reviews that we're gonna do. When we get more information, we'll do another one then, and so on and so forth.
This game is one of those that'll
rock your world.
Get your brain going and think, hey,
what the heck is this?
Maybe she's right. It happened in the child timeline. Maybe it happened in the adult timeline. But if you think about it, it's happened in all timelines.
But here's the thing: this will also get your mind thinking that maybe what we thought about in Breath of the Wild wasn't actually right. Maybe we're trying to fix a problem that was caused by Ganondorf.
No, that's what Age of Calamity was supposed to do.
Which it didn't.
It
started, but it didn't.
Age of Calamity was the downfall. That Age of Calamity falls in the downfall timeline.
I don't know if I can agree with that, but that's your opinion.
Look at it. Because you're still fighting, then you lose Terrico.
But we're rambling here. But that's what this game is meant to do. It's meant to get you to think about the previous two games.
All games, actually.
Well, all games, yes. But mainly the previous two games, Breath of the Wild and Age of Calamity. It's meant to make you think about those two games in particular because, like Zelda said in the very first movie, he said whether adrift the clouds, or whether skydive from the clouds, adrift in time, or steeped in the embers of twilight. You are the light that will save the kingdom. Link was asleep for 100 years. Let's face fact. He didn't die. He didn't fall. He didn't go down. He went down.
There's everybody's problem there when it comes to Breath of the Wild. Everybody
wants
thought
to say
Link died. No,
he was mortally wounded. He was mortally wounded. And that Zelda said, if you do not give to the Chamber of Resurrection, we will lose him. Correct?
If you actually paid attention to the memories and stuff, if you paid attention to the memories,
they'll make it
very clear because it shows that Zelda stepped in front of Link and then Link stood up and fell to his knees.
He was mortally wounded.
Told Zelda her and the other Sheikahs was going to take him to the...
No, it was Zelda who told the other Sheikahs.
They told him to...
The Sheikahs said, if you do not give him to the Shrine of Resurrection, we will lose him.
So Impa
he was not dead. He was asleep for 100 years.
Impa said they were taking him to the Shrine of Resurrection and putting him to sleep
in stasis.
Meaning
to recover.
He's actually older than he's actually an adult.
Yes.
But what it is, his body looks younger than what he actually is because him having to be in stasis.
Yes. But why I'm
saying it also falls place in the adult timeline.
But what I'm making a point to make here is this, and this is the last thing we'll discuss here. But everybody wants to say that Link died. And I guess in a way it could make sense. In a way it doesn't. The reason why I'm saying it don't is because when you really think about it, Zelda said when Link fell and the Sheikah come to get him out off the battlefield. If you do not make haste and take him to the Shrine of Resurrection, and I'm only spitballing what she's saying here. I'm only spitballing. Said if you do not hurry and take Link to the Shrine of Resurrection, we will lose him.
Mm-hmm.
And Hyrule will be lost to us.
Yes.
They did not hesitate. They picked him up and carried him to the Shrine of Resurrection and put him in stasis, and he sat there for 100 years recuperating. Correct? So, that being said, Link never did die. I'm putting that out right now. He did not die. He was mortally wounded by his battle with the Guardians. Right?
What it said.
Alright. Now, final take on the trailer that we saw on the Direct. Love, what do you rate it?
I rate it a 10.
I'll agree with that one. That's a 10. Right, 10 for me. What do y'all think? We want to know what y'all think in the comments below. But once again, we want to thank Game Over Jesse, HMK, the Tittle Black Crisis, and Larulian Historia for all of the ideas you gave us and all of the videos that we've watched. They were all amazing. Also, I want to thank Larulian Historia himself for letting us use the screenshots he got. Thank you. We really appreciate it. And we hope y'all watch this, and we hope y'all enjoy it. But let us know what you think down in the comments down below. Make sure to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you like this type of video, let us know, and we may do more of this. Of course, we'll do more when more footage comes available, of course.
Kind of like we'll be doing more when it comes to Ragnarok, God of War Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
These are all games that we like.
That we enjoy.
And we'll be bringing them
to
y'all.
Once again, we want to thank y'all for joining us today. This has just been a theory video, of course, as always we do. We'll tend to throw these out every now and then. But make sure to go watch the other games that I've done in the description in the description down below. We'll put some links to the playlist up on the video here. I'll be nice, everybody. I'm your host, Dark, with my co-host today,
DJ Kyrie.
And we will see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.